Let's go to Eagrose Castle and such. Where there's a cutscene of epic proportions that has nothing to do with Doritos, unfortunately. I hear you were decorated for your first victory, Ramza. They sing your praise from on high. You do honor to our name, my brother, and to me. I am glad. Oh, you would not seem it. Forgive me. Your words do me far more honor than I have done you. No doubt word has already reached you, but the Marquis de Limberry's carriage was waylaid, and the Marquis taken. What have you a mind to do? I have already asked Zelbag to dispatch a squad in pursuit, Dorito style. These brigands must eventually come forth to demand ransom, that is, assuming the Marquis yet lives. I beg of you, Lord Beowulf, lend me 100 men that I might hunt the Whoresons down. Shut up, Argath. Nobody likes you. Literally nobody does. Please, my lord, grant me means to avenge my fallen friends. Mayhap your ears fail you. I said that a squad is to be dispatched. You are not a man of Galleon. Leave her affairs to those of us who are. But, my lord, do not assume to beg favors of me. Let me remind you, Argath, lest you forget your place. You are but another sword, not yet even knighted. You are the ultimate pool expert. That'll shut him up. Ha ha ha. The two of you will remain here at Eagrose and serve among the castle guard. You needn't worry. Danger is not like to visit these walls. Cool. So we're just gonna hang out, you know, watch some Chaos Control playthroughs. You know how it is. My own house was once respected as highly as House Beowulf, you know. You don't have to freeze everything. We can't all be proctologists, you know. At least until my grandfather was captured during the war. He turned traitor, thinking to buy his freedom with the lives of his friends. That's too bad. But his freedom scarce outlived his honor. He was not a dozen paces out their gate when the dagger found his back. That's too bad. Killed by some common squire, no more of a knight than I. Who dies to a squire? That's just sad. Other than Vegastar. But, you know, that kind of... You can pretty much guess that. One of the men he betrayed later escaped and spread word of his misdeeds. My Lord Father would have none of it, of course. But he was the only one. Our bannermen deserted us, our reputation ruined. He just used stone! Old bastard! You can't throw stones in our water! We should kill him. I suppose I had best remember my place. Your lord brother has no reason to lend ears to please from the likes of me. I'm just a pool expert, after all. Delita! Tetra! Who was actually called Tita in the PS1 version. Alma, Zalbag. She's waving! She used the wave emote. Ramza, you've come home. We gotta listen to the Husker Sports podcast together. It's so good. It's been some time, hasn't it, Zalbag? I heard about Garland. They say you made short work of those brigands. Now you've truly the right to call yourself a Beowulf. Father would be proud. Yes, he would. Thank you, Lord Brother. Ha! You certainly haven't changed. Gods forbid you show a bit of cheer on being praised. And you, Delita, do not think word of your deeds escapes our ears. Your sister's been so full of pride, I quite feared she might burst. Heh. Worry not, my seams have held. I'm glad to see you looking so well, Delita. And I you. Have you settled in at school? Yes. The others have all been quite kind to me. That's nice. Would that we could speak at greater leisure, but there are duties that require my attendance. Rogues do not catch themselves. That they don't. I understand. Good luck. See you later. We received a note of ransom from the Corpse Brigade. What? Something about it sits unwell with me. They are anarchists, to be sure, bent on bringing down the aristocracy. But they fancy themselves righteous, and prey only on the nobility, and those in our employ. And they don't even like Doritos. Bastages. Would such as they truly kidnap the Marquis for want of coin. Why wouldn't they? They're naught but common footpads. One of the men I planted among them has not returned. I worry he may be caught up in something serious. Serious, so delirious! But there are those who do not think some mere spy worth a search party's efforts. Where was he last known to be? A merchant city named Dorter in Eastern Galleon. Still called Dorter. Nice to see. Guarding a castle grows dreadfully dull, wouldn't you agree? Well, that's not a message. Message sent and such. Forgive us, Tetra. It seems we must be leaving sooner than we had planned. Looks like we won't be able to watch that playthrough of Demo World tonight. Maybe some other time. Don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself. And they hug. I will. Mind your studies. I'll be back before you've even noticed I'm gone. Let's be on our way. Let us be about it. Teacher puts on a brave face, but the truth is not as honeyed as her words. What do you mean? She has a hard time of it at school. The others tease her for being low-born. They call her pool expert and bastage. They make fun of her because she couldn't beat 1-3 of Luigi's Adventure. Forgive me, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sure you have worries enough of your own. Teacher will be all right. I'm here to look after her. Then there is naught to worry about, but mind your own limits. You can't be responsible for everything. Says the brother who never fails to do any and all that is expected of him. Don't lose sight of yourself, Ramza. You needn't let your life be ruled by the fact you were born a Bale. Now you're starting to sound like Mother. Ha ha ha! Who we never get to see. That's just the way it goes. And the wind is blowing. Ramza. So now we gotta go to Dorter. Ba-na-na-na-na. The Siege Wailed? In the PS1 version, this place was called Swiggy Woods. Now it's called The Siege Wailed. That's a big difference. An ancient forest surrounded on all sides by mountains, said to have once been home to a race of extinct Moogles. Yeah, fun fact, Moogles are not in this game. The only time a Moogle appears is as a summon. You know, unless they added Moogles somewhere else. Which is possible, you never know, but... The merchant city of Dorter. In the PS1 version, it was called Dorter Trade City. A city that developed as a hub for overland trade. It is a lively place frequented by all manner of merchants. Coolio. Eagrose Castle. So let's go to the tavern. See what's going on. Come on in then. Make yourself welcome. Rumors. The Corpse Brigade. Brigandry is on the rise across the land, and Galleon has by no means been spared. Wains are struck and pillaged, high-ranking officials taken at sword point. Most of the incidents of this past 6 months are believed to be the work of a company of felons and former sellswords known as the Corpse Brigade. It is oft said that the only good brigand is a dead brigand, and the Order of the Northern Sky would like not more than to see the brigand made corpses for true. Yeah, I believe Order of the Northern Sky in the PS1 version was called the Hokkaidan. I do believe. But as yet, it is all the knighthood can do to keep the outlaws in check. King Andoria III. The health of King Andoria III has been a subject of concern since his collapse at the birthday celebration of Prince Orionus. People are most certain he has the coronavirus. The Board of Chamberlains has since announced that the king has regained consciousness, and his fever is broken, but will yet require several weeks of quietude and bed rest in order to recover. Many speculate that it may be some months before the king resumes his official duties. You said duty. However, Queen Laveria and her retainers have long been in charge of most affairs of state, and thus few problems are anticipated during the king's absence. The 50 Years' War. The half-century of conflict between Ivalice and Ordalia is today known as the 50 Years' War. The beginning of the 50 Years' War can be traced to the death of Ordalia's King Divan III and his failure to name a successor. His cousin, Varroy VI, was next in line for the throne. However, King Demanda II of Ivalice, the uncle of Divan III, proclaimed himself the rightful heir and declared war on Ordalia. However, this was merely a pretense to justify the invasion of the neighboring Ordalian province of Zelmonia. Once an independent state, it had been annexed by Ordalia nearly a century prior. Ivalice had since been aiding the province in an effort to weaken Ordalia, an effort that ultimately failed. I hiccuped. Tired of Ordalian rule, the Zelmonian leadership and nobility secretly petitioned Ivalice to take a more direct hand in their liberation. After a victory in Zelmonia, the Ivalician armies marched on the Ordalian capital of Viura. As fate would have it, Demanda II succumbed to fatal illness on the road. The momentary confusion amongst Ivalice's troops gave Ordalia the opportunity it needed to regroup, and Varroy VI succeeded in pushing the Ivalicians back as far as Zelmonia. The resulting impasse would not be broken until the Romandan army's invasion 2 years hence. Romanda, a powerful military state, lying across the Rana Strait, marched on Ivalice at the behest of Varroy VI, a blood relation of the Romandan nobility. However, Demanda II's successor, Demanda IV, was a fearless warrior, personally leading his men into battle against the combined might of Romanda and Ordalia. This, along with an outbreak of the Black Death in Romanda, forced the Romandan army to withdraw after only 3 years. 2 military orders worthy of particular mention in this conflict are the Order of the Northern Sky, led by Knight Gallant Barbaneth Beals, and that of the Southern Sky, led by Sidolphus Orlando, also known as the Thunder God, also known as one of the best characters in the game. Oh! After countless victories at home, these 2 orders had been poised to advance into Ordalia. However, the protracted conflict had begun to take its toll on domestic morale. Peasant uprisings and revolts throughout Ivalice and Ordalia forced both countries to send their troops home to pacify their own citizens, resulting in another stalemate. That's too bad. It was Demanda IV's sudden death by malady that broke the stalemate, although some claim that he was murdered. His successor, Andoria III, was ill-suited to the throne, and left the governing of Ivalice to his queen and retainers. Without Demanda IV's leadership, the armies of Ivalice had little prayer of preventing Varroy VI's successor, Prince Leonard Nimoy, from defeating the troops stationed in Zelmonia and advancing into Ivalice proper. Despite the valiant efforts of the Northern and Southern Orders, Ivalice failed to repel Prince Leonard's invasion of Zeltenia. Ivalice's leaders soon began looking for a peaceful alternative. In the end, it didn't even matter. Both states agreed that prolonging the war would prove mutually detrimental, and a pact was signed, allowing each nation to return to addressing domestic strife. An equal piece in name, it was in reality a defeat for Ivalice. That's too bad. The economy of Ivalice was brought to the very brink of ruin as it struggled to pay reparations to its former enemies, and to repay the loans taken from neighboring states to fund its war effort. Soldiers returning from the front found themselves without pay, and entire orders of knights were summarily discharged from service. The swelling ranks of the unemployed did little to relieve the people's distrust of the crown and the nobility. Coolio. Okay, that was a fun time. Melee battles allow you to fight another player using ad hoc mode. The only unit attribute that will change permanently as a result of these battles is JP. Any items or units lost will be restored at the battle's end. Cost 200 gil to participate? I don't think so. Rendezvous. Yeah, okay. I don't think we can actually do this, but, you know. We can view available missions. Chocobo Defense. Fovaham's chocobos face poaching on a scale never before seen. If naught is done, their population will fall to levels from which they cannot hope to recover. Please save the birds from these soulless poachers before the sound of warking is forever lost to the Windflats, Society for the Protection of Endangered Wildfowl. Okay, well, that's fun. Okay, so you can go to the Warriors Guild. Good day, sir. What type of recruit are you looking for? Change name. So we have 7 units. You can have up to 24. Forgive me, sir, but I see no monsters in your party. Shut up, man. How about this one? So you can get a random soldier. Of course, they start off as Squire, and their kind of beginning stats are randomized, basically. So it's kind of an interesting deal. You can do that if you want to get more characters, but I'm not too worried about that. Not too concerned with such shenanigans. Outfitter. Greetings, my lord. Whatever you seek, I shall be happy to provide. So we can buy Mithril Knight. As you progress in the game, they'll get more stuff available. Look at all this stuff. It's bullshit, man. Battle Axe. A battle axe with a long handle, designed for two-handed use. It can easily chop off an enemy's limbs. Squires can actually use it, which is interesting. Defense Staff. A staff that raises teammates' evasion. Okay, that's pretty exciting. Rod. A rod fashioned from evergreen wood. Coolio. Bowgun. A crossbow that can be fired with one hand. Uses shorter bolts than a traditional crossbow. Apparently thieves can use it. That's interesting. Couldn't do that in the PS1 version, that's for sure. Oh, we got some better equipment and such. Plumed hat. A sturdy hat adorned with a fluffy white feather. Leather helm. This leather helm has been treated with a special resin, making it sturdy yet flexible. Bronze helm. An ordinary bronze helm, which can't be used by squires, interestingly enough. Leather clothing. Leather clothing made for battle. Leather armor. Okay, we got one of those. Linen cuirass. Linen armor with a bronze breastplate. Can't be used by squire. You can buy battle boots for 1,000 a pop. And we got items. Potion. Medicine that restores HP. Deals damage when used against the undead. For 30 HP. Antidote. Medicine that nullifies basic hexes. Removes poison, blind, silence, and oil. Originally it just healed poison, so that's cool. Ether. Medicine that restores MP, 20 MP. Maiden's Kiss. Medicine that restores a unit whose mind has become addled. Removes Confuse, Berserk, Charm, and Sleep. Normally it would just remove Toad, but apparently it doesn't do that here for some reason, but whatever. Gold Needle. A tool that restores a unit whose body has been transfigured. It breaks after one use. Removes Stone, Toad, and Chicken. That's interesting. And of course Phoenix Down. Down feathers with the power to restore a unit who has fallen in battle. Consumed after 1 use. Obviously removes KO. So if you buy something, it goes right into your inventory. So to save time, you can go to fitting. It was actually called Fitting Room in the PS1, and you can put equipment right on someone, and you can get a bunch of stuff at once. So it's definitely recommended to do that. Do 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 do. Bum bum ba da dum bum bum bum. That brings HP up by 8. Eight, 5, 7, 17. So it'll get you a bronze helm, which you can equip, which is cool. You can also get a linen cuirass. Get one of those. And you can get stuff for multiple characters, which is always nice. Do 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 do. Bronze helm, linen cuirass. Get you a statue one. Want to get Sarah? Do we want to give her a battle axe? See, you can get... She can use a rod, too. That's interesting. We'll give you a mithril knife. See, squires can't have, like the helmet, so we'll have to give you a plumed hat. Don't have a whole lot of money left. Leather clothing. Ashley, I don't give a crap about you. Plumed hat. Leather clothing. Plumed hat. Can't afford that. That's all we can afford for now. Done. 4750 gil. Alright. Good stuff. Got some better equipment. It's pretty nice. Okay. Chronicle. Reunion with Dystarg. We had found our way to Eagrose, the high seat of Galleon, and immediately made for the castle, where my lord brother Dystarg awaited our arrival. In his haste to avenge the deaths of his fellows, Argath pleaded fervently to be granted a troop of soldiers, for which my lord brother roundly rebuked him because he's such an ass. At Eagrose Castle. Following our audience with my lord brother Dystarg, we chanced upon Zalbag and Alma in the gardens. Before leaving to attend to his duties, Zalbag confided that a spy in his employ had recently disappeared in the vicinity of the merchant city of Dorter. Oh yeah. Any other personages? Here's my piece of shit computer. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. Okay. Do 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 do. Woohoo! Okay. Uh-oh. I think something else is gonna go down. What the beep? What is this bullshit? Did you notice? Notice what? How I'm supposed to notice if you don't tell me what it is I'm supposed to look at? The menu, you clod! Take a glimpse! The menu? Oh right, there's some new words on it. See, they sell Big Macs here. Thick burgers. What's this Happy Meal? What the hell is that? Melee and Rendezvous? What do you suppose those are? Some new manner of challenges as I hear it. Melee battles are for sparring. Obviously this cutscene was not in the PS1 version. Sounds like a rum way to test your sword arm. Friendly challenges too. No worries of getting left to feed the worms. What about that other one? Rendezvous? Well, sometimes people look to hire 2 groups of adventurers for a job. That's how you meet up with the other one. Ah, so you've to work together with another call, eh? Not so sure as I could do that. Well, there aren't a lot of offers up yet either way. Sure there will be someday, though. Once more people catch wind of the idea, there'll probably be some right interesting jobs. I suppose I could try it sometime. There's more still. This is the good part. As I'm told, both participants get rewarded with treasure. Why didn't you say that from the start? Let's get going. What are we sitting here watching Luigi's Adventure playthroughs on my phone for? Let's get going. Well, first we need to find another group. You might give it a try too, my lord. If you ever have the interest, just say the word. Okay. That was interesting. Are there any different rumors here, or nah? Same swag. Same swag. Do-do-do. I assume that's not in Chronicle. Nah. That'd be kind of funny if it was, but, you know. Thank you for following R Control LS69. Hopefully that's not a bot, because that would suck.